This Beyond Clean Articles on the Go feature is titled, How to Lead a CS SPD Meeting, #like a boss. Written by Hank Balch, founder and president of Beyond Clean. I'll never forget the first time I had to lead a meeting in my CS department. I was a brand new supervisor, leading a team huddle of technicians, some of whom had been doing their jobs for longer than I've been alive. I was a young, inexperienced, scared to death new leader, and they all knew it. If they didn't know it before I started the meeting, they definitely knew it by the time I ended my stream of stammers, stutters, and 5 minutes of increasing blood flow to my face, which left a brilliant hue of tomato red coloring on my neck and ears. Who knows what I said? I certainly don't remember, and I prayed that they wouldn't. I'd love to say that leading meetings became easy after that I confronted my fear, conquered the dragon of self-doubt, and went on to be the next big TED Talk phenomena. Nope, no such luck. Like most of the world, public speaking is still one of my least favorite things to do. But somewhere around the time I took my first CS manager position, I finally came to terms with a simple yet profound truth. Leaders must speak in public. And the quicker you confront that fact, the quicker you'll grow in this or any other career path. So, for those of you who share some of this fear of public speaking, or just need a few pieces of encouragement to get the most out of your next meeting, I wanted to share a handful of tips on how to lead a CS meeting, #like a boss. 1. Channel your inner Boy Scout. Be prepared. Sometime you'll know weeks in advance about a staff meeting, presentation, or agenda item that you'll need to talk about. Other times, you'll have like 3 seconds to gather your thoughts and shoot from the hip as you respond to a question from the group. But no matter what, the better prepared you are for this moment, the more likely your words will make sense when they come rolling out of your mouth. This will mean doing your homework before you walk in the door and asking the right questions of those in the know about the topics that may come up. The less likely you are to get caught off guard, the more likely you are to walk away looking like you know what you're talking about. 2. Play offense with grace. Similar to the first point, you need to consider the fact that any meeting you lead may include some questions, concerns, or even pushback from those in the room, either your staff, OR counterparts, or administrative leaders. Find out who will be there and try to anticipate what their objections or concerns may be. Then, go on the offensive. If you address a concern head-on before it is raised, not only do you retain control of the train of thought, you demonstrate your grasp of the depth and breadth of the issue at hand. Be sure to do this gracefully so you don't come off as a know-it-all or someone who is unwilling to listen to dissent. If someone tries to hijack your meeting, be willing and able to reel them back in without completely shutting them down. 3. Become a mental scribe. Listen to summarize. Depending on how much back-and-forth conversation happens at your meeting, whether it's a presentation versus a team meeting, etc., you'll show your skill if you are able to quickly summarize the key takeaway for everyone before you dismiss the group. Everyone appreciates a good review, and this lets you ensure there was nothing that you happen to miss during the meeting either. For meetings that require additional assignments to be completed or have multiple responsible parties, I like to send out a follow-up email stating another summary of the meeting, CCing folks who need to know but may not have been present, and give myself as a point of contact if anyone has any questions. 4. Pre-game like the pros. The pre-meeting meeting. With all our focus on the actual meeting, it can sometimes be easy to miss the importance of laying the groundwork for great meetings long before you walk in the door. This is different from the general preparedness I mentioned in number 1. A successful pre-game can include having critical conversations with the key decision makers and/or cultural leaders in the group you'll be meeting with before the scheduled meeting, or asking around for any historical landmines you'll want to stay away from. For instance, if you can find out before a meeting about changing repair vendors that your facility had a bad experience with X vendor 3 years ago, you can ensure you speak to those particular concerns in your own talking points. More importantly, through these quick pre-meeting convos, you can create allies for your idea or proposal who might just be the deciding vote on important policy changes or department requests. 5. Expect to fail, plan to learn. The cliché in the business world for planning goes like this: a failure to plan is planning to fail. And it's true enough. But I also want to tell you that you should expect to fail. Some meetings will get out of control. Important people may not show up to make decisions, or you may get blindsided and jumped by frustrated customers or calculating finance executives. If it can happen, it will. The most important thing for you to do is plan to learn from these failures when they come. We can talk damage control in another article, but there are few better teachers in the world than being sent through the ringer a time or two. Take some time after the meeting for self-evaluation and ask other folks who you trust who were there to give you feedback about how and why it all went down in flames. Public speaking will always be one of those things that strikes fear into the hearts of many CS professionals. That's just the way it is. But if you want to grow in this industry, whether it's as a CS leader or sales professional, you will have to speak to groups and you will have to lead meetings. Rather than miss out on this personal and professional growth opportunity, take a few of these tips to heart and learn to lead your next CS meeting #LikeABoss. I'll see you at the mic.